Welcome back everybody to our Rome Total War campaign. Haven't been playing for the last couple of days because I've been a little bit busy, but I'm going to start getting back into it. Thrace seems to be doing alright against the Macedonians. You know, we've made some pretty decent progress. We've already taken Thessalonica and Pella from them, which Pella being their capital. Macedonia are probably trying to mount some sort of counter-attack against us, and they've got this smaller army sort of passing Pella at the moment, heading towards Thessalonica. So before they sort of reinforce their army with any more troops from Macedonia, I think I'm going to go straight out and attack them. We have the numbers definitely to do it, and we should be able to take them on. I mean, we more than double them clearly, so even though they do have the superior troops, hopefully we will be able to do something that will sort of, with our numbers, we've got sort of the advantage there. So I'm going to... It could be lagging a little bit because of all these trees, wouldn't surprise me, but hopefully it's staying sort of at a watchable level. I'm going to go with the standard sort of formation here, just keeping all my pikemen in the front rows. And this way I can create a decent sort of war going. I'm going to keep this militia hoplite in the back ranks as like a reserve unit sort of with our general. And then I'm going to put my Falksmen on the flanks. They've so far been doing a pretty decent job at making sure that once the two phalanxes have engaged, they sweep around and sort of start breaking and rolling up the line. So they've been doing a really good job at that, actually, better than what I expected. Let's see, I'm just going to group these guys and then sit them behind my main phalanx, and they can sort of harass the army as we approach. And my missile cav, I'm going to keep on my flanks. No point hiding any of my cav, simply because where the attack is, so it'll be... they're not going to move towards us, so if we hide them in the trees, there's no point in having them sort of sitting there waiting for an ambush. They're just wasted there. I'm going to stick my melee cav on the other side, and then my general and my reserve unit are going to sit behind my army. So I'm going to start the battle, and straight away I'm going to try and move up my missile cav, and in that same manner I'll move up my militia cav. The main force, I'm just going to move straight up towards the Macedonians. They have seemed to have taken a hill, which isn't so great for us, but it looks like they don't have many melee units. In fact, looks like they only have 2. So we have, I think, 6 or 7. So we definitely should be able to break this army. I assume that they'd have more hoplite units. So they don't, which is good, but they do have a hill, and they do have a hill with a lot of missile units. So that could be a little bit of a problem, but hopefully our phalanx is armored enough that they'll be able to take them on. So I'm just going to speed things up here for a little bit, because there's no point in running my troops, and otherwise if I just let it on normal speed, it'll take too long for us to get up there. Not much use for my cavalry at the moment, because there's no real area for me to get around their flanks. They're sitting really close to the border of the map, so I'm thinking I can probably just steamroll over them with my hoplite units and hope that their cav does some sort of suicidal shit and charge down into our spear wall. And if they do that, then I can push up my melee cav on the flanks and sort of flank any of their cav movements. And with my missile cav, I can definitely harass their army as their melee units as we come up. So I'm just going to push up a little bit more. So in terms of cav, looks like they have their general unit, of course, excuse me, and then their lancer unit. So as soon as we're engaged, a big chance they'll use their lancers to hit my flank. I'm just wondering if there's any more hidden units maybe that I'm not seeing, because there really doesn't seem to be that much competition at the moment. Alright, we're going to push up a little bit more. They will probably soon be in range of their javelin units. Just going to play it now, and then push these guys up harder on the flank. I don't want to bring my melee units up quite yet, because my melee cavalry up quite yet, because they're probably going to get destroyed by these two units. Even though we have two units and these are only lancers, the Macedonian cavalry tends to be much more superior to anything Thracian can sort of throw out. So hopefully they sort of do a cav charge into my phalanx unit, which sort of looks like they're doing. They seem to have stopped and their missile units have been pulling back. I'll see if my peltists are in range, which they're not yet. Not quite sure what they're doing with their flank, their cavalry flank. I'm going to get straight into that and start harassing these units. And then push up my hoplites on this side. And throw some javelins behind them and sort of sweep my falcons behind as well. My militia cav are on skirmish mode, so no matter what they do, they're not going to be able to hit me. Looks like they've got some cav charges going into my flanks. And we already killed their enemy general. He sort of just threw himself into that one. So that's good. That's a good start. I might as well move my melee cavalry up actually now, and my javelins are actually getting some sort of decent attack on them, but I'm really worried about these lancers. If they charge my cav units, no way I'm coming back from that one. So I'm going to try and get a rear charge on the general cavalry unit, and hopefully because they've lost their general, they will break. It doesn't look like there's much happening on this side. These guys don't really look like they want to get engaged yet. Okay, so we managed to break that general unit. It looks like they had two general units actually. I didn't notice that. They must have had them hidden in the trees. So that Thracian scout unit's going to get destroyed if they try and fight that unit. And I'm going to pull back my Falksmen wherever they are. There they are. And I'm going to try and reform my pike unit and pull back my cav. Up here my missile cav seems to be doing pretty decent at harassing these enemies. In fact, they're all withdrawing, which is good enough for me. So because they're withdrawing, I'm going to have to use my cav to sort of chase them down. So it kind of looks like this battle's already over. We didn't really get much of a melee fight going on, but the Macedonians retreated pretty quickly, which was probably smart of them. They would have gotten wiped out, but I was kind of hoping to get rid of that small army. Might be able to get some rear charges on these phalanx units as they run. If they turn to face me, I may have a problem. Which they are, so I'm just going to pull back quickly. Yep. And use my missile cav to sort of harass them still. Probably running out of ammo soon, so that's right. I'll try and kill some more of these guys here, but it doesn't look like I'm going to make it. But I can definitely harass these two units here. In fact, I'm going to pull up some of my missile units and sort of try and get them from behind if I can. I'm just going to get a few rear charges on them with this missile cav. Didn't go as well as I thought it would. That's alright, so I'm just going to pull them back. Really, I don't really care about completely destroying them, but it'd be nice if I could sort of wear them down a little bit more. So it looks like we've broken that unit, and hopefully these guys here will follow soon. Because they're broken, I can easily run them down. Surprised that didn't cause a mass rout with this unit either, but you know. So there's not really much I can do until this unit breaks, which unfortunately, when you have the difficulty so high, they take a lot longer to break. So hopefully these guys break soon, because this is taking a while. Looks like my own missile units are shooting my general. These guys are taking a lot of damage. I'm surprised they haven't broken yet. Now they looks like they're turning around. Surely they have to break soon. Okay, so they're broken. Alright. So there's the end of that battle. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother running them down. So, alright, so that was a pretty decent battle. We managed to kill 758, they have around 700 left, so we only lost maybe 200 men. So that's alright. Sort of expected a little bit more from Macedonia there, but they didn't have the melee troops to do it, so maybe that'll prevent them from trying something like that again. Now, on the home front, we've sort of been neglecting it a little bit. We're actually going to be advised to set up some sort of network of watchtowers so that we can actually see what's going on, because the map's so big, we haven't actually been able to see anything on our land. So if for example, Scythia decides to stab us in the back, we're definitely going to need some watchtowers to see it when it's going to happen. So I'm going to see if I can get some map information actually from my allies, and I'm going to give them money for it. Okay, so they've given us map information, so we can now see the Scythian lands. So they have a lot of land, but those territories are very large. And then of course we're going to go see Dacia as well. I want to see if they've been expanding at all, whether or not they actually pose a pretty big threat to us. So also I'm going to grab my general units. Let's see. This guy, he's going to come over here and build a watchtower. I don't have any money to do it, so next term we'll get our general units building watchtowers, and that way we can sort of illuminate our border areas a little bit more so that we can see any sort of threat coming to our lands. In terms of the next move we're going to take on Macedonia, we're probably going to take this city here. I'm not sure what it is, but it is their capital again, so they moved their capital from Pella to whatever this city is, and I mean, it seems to be the next logical sort of target, unless there's another city here. But if Macedonia is all the way up here, it could be a bit of a problem, because then they're actually, it's possible for them to sort of strike out and hit Philoppolis. So we'll see what happens. We'll end the turn. Sort of wait for Macedonia to make a move. It looks like Macedonia has a full stack army there. That's a pretty big army actually. So I'm gonna have a look. I just moved my spy into there, but he didn't. Actually, no, I didn't. He just died. Okay, that's alright. Shit happens. Well, hopefully he sort of moves south. I don't think I don't have the range to meet him in battle. I'm actually going to quickly retrain some of my units that I lost. And then up here I'm going to start building some watchtowers. Oh, this is all Dacian territory. Whoops. Okay. I didn't realize they extended so far. I didn't realize this was the border. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to have to build my watchtowers maybe here, and probably put another one up here in where this pass is. And I definitely start thinking that we need to put some around this area, because Macedonia looks like it's sort of sneaking troops up into into the heart of Thrace. Let's see, my faction leader can set up one here.
Forward. Build tower.
Alright, and that'll help a little bit if any sort of armies come this direction, but we definitely need another one here. It's not so important down here simply because that's sort of in the middle of our lands, and realistically no army is going to march that direction, but we can definitely put one right on the border of Thrace here, so that if Thrace is moving any army, sorry, not Thrace, Dacia, if Dacia is moving any armies south, we'll be able to see them.
Build tower.
So that's a pretty good location for one, and there's not much we can really do. We've got some money to spend, so I'll see if I can upgrade some settlements. Thrace seems to have a lot of mines available to them, so that'll be good for money, for income. So I'll build a mine here and perhaps some roads or something somewhere. We'll probably build a temple, because these are still... Actually no, I won't build it there. I'll build it in Pella, because they don't seem to be very happy that we're occupying their lands, except we don't have the option to. Okay, so we'll build a temple down here in Thessalonica. Hopefully that'll improve the population's happiness, although Thessalonica wasn't really struggling. So I'm going to keep moving my diplomat closer to Dacia.
Yes, master.
See if I can get that map information from them.
My lord, march.
And we'll see if we can sort of keep an eye on that Macedonian army that was moving around. I'm not quite sure where they went,
Sir.
because that was the full stack army, which could pose a problem to us in the future. Let's see. Alright, well, we'll put a
Yes,
as my faction leader.
onward.
I sort of want to build a second army. We definitely starting to get the income to do it. So we are actually building something down here. Looks like we've got 3 archers on the way plus 4 phalanx units. So it looks like we'll get another phalanx unit. And we do have cav, so that's good. And that way we can sort of strike down at the Macedonian capital again without having to worry about leaving our settlements undefended. So I'm just going to keep ending these turns, because there's not really much we can do until we finish off that army. And I'm still waiting for Macedonia to make some sort of attack on us. Up in the north, our diplomat's still moving south.
Yes, master.
And we found a Dacian sea. So we'll see if we can get some map information from them. We'll make a single payment to them. They should be happy with that. Okay, so they've given that to us, and it looks like they have a pretty sizable area, about the same number of territories as us, so that's good. I don't know if they've actually taken any territory from Macedonia. I don't think they have, but Macedonia looks like it could actually extend all the way up here. I don't actually know the regions of Macedonian territory. There's definitely a city here. Macedonia could actually extend all the way up here. If they do, I might have a problem, but at the moment it doesn't look too bad. It looks like they have these 2 territories here, and then there's Greece down in the south, which have yet to actually go to war with me.
My lord?
So that's a good thing. This army's still building, so we're just going to end the turn. I'd be doing more, but I'm sort of really worried about that massive army from Macedonia that was sort of walking around. I don't know if a full stack army of Thrace is going to be able to take on a full stack army of Macedonia, so I don't really know if I want to risk it, although that capital is looking pretty tempting. What would be best is if I could get some agent units, because I have absolutely no sort of sight lines on the enemy territory, and of course I lost that other spy unit. It doesn't look like I can recruit any spy units, which is a pain in the ass. What do you need for that? An inn or something? Well, I'm not quite sure what you need, but I'm just going to go around starting to upgrade all my settlements anyway, simply because we have the income to do it. Let's see. We'll give them land clearance. I think a larger population is probably better for our cities as well, because large population means more tax income.
Can I be of service? Yes, master.
So the Dacians are sort of moving westward here towards probably Macedonian territory. I don't know. Nobody seems to have lost any territory in that war. I'm not quite sure if they're at war with each other still. I'll have a check. Let's see. Macedonia is still at war with Dacia. They're also at war with all of Rome. And of course us. So that's okay. We're making progress here. We just really need to get this secondary army sort of ready to leave soon.
Yes, strategos.
We have a decent number of troops. We have 3 range units, a phalanx unit, 3 cav, another phalanx unit, and a falxman unit. So we have training 5 units of phalanx, and we're going to take another range unit, another falxman unit, and that should do it for now. So let's see. Still no sign of that full stack Macedonian army, so they may have moved north to Dacia. That's possible. So until we see them again, I'm probably just going to keep ending the turn. We've got our Macedonian spy looking into our cities. Okay, looks like Macedon and Gaul have just become allies, which I suppose isn't good for us, but Gaul's all the way over there, so it's not a big deal.
Yes,
Let's see. I'm actually going to get a cav unit to scout southwards. So they've got a almost full stack on this city. In that case, I'm actually going to move these units southward. I'm going to do a preemptive strike on them. Otherwise, I'm just going to be sitting here. This army can move into Pella. And I should probably move the general in just for now, since there's a unit in there.
Yes, strategos. Orders.
And while these guys are moving southward, I'd love to get the ranged bow units. I'm not too happy with the peltists. The range is just not high enough to make them very effective at all. So I'm going to move them out of the army and move them into here, and I'm going to end the turn. So we seem to be doing a pretty good job at steamrolling over the Macedonian forces. Alright, doesn't seem to be anything interesting happening at the moment. I'm just going to merge these guys in here, and let's see. Might as well merge that unit in there as well. And then next turn we'll be able to siege Larissa. And that way Pella still has a decent force defending it. Plenty of range units, so if there's a siege they'll be able to defend fairly well. Looks like Macedonia's moved up a minor force behind us. They're all levy pikemen, so they may retreat. They probably won't though. Looks like they have. So I'm going to just quickly overrun them, automatically resolve the battle. We have still plenty of troops remaining, and then I'm going to move these guys south to siege Larissa.
Attack! Besieging settlements, sir!
And we're probably going to wait that one out. I don't really want to assault that even with siege engines. That's just sort of suicidal. So I'm just going to wait that one out, and we'll end the turn here. Let's see. Well, we need more commanders, so might as well get him. Every city that we take needs an extra general sort of looking after it. We can actually definitely create some rams and perhaps auto-resolve it, but with that many troops in the city, I don't think the auto-resolve is going to favour us. Hopefully they sally forth before the 5 turns are up. That'll just make my life sort of a little bit faster. And we'll move these guys up here, and then end the turn. So really at the moment it's sort of just a grind towards taking these cities one by one. After we take Larissa, of course, we'll probably strike out for Thurman. And maybe we can get some sort of alliance going with the Greek city-states. In fact, I'm going to see if they're going to break their alliance with Macedonia anytime soon, because that'd be nice. Alright, we'll stand the turn again, and it looks like, what's happened here? Okay, so they've sallied forth to attack me. And we're back, having some minor technical difficulties, but that's alright. The Macedonians have sallied forth and are attacking my sieging army, so we're going to jump straight into this battle. It's going to be a very big one, simply because there's going to be so many troops involved, and because the Macedonians have almost equal our number.
Men, this battle is inevitable, but victory...
So, let's see, we're going to find a decent hill to position ourselves on. Let's see, the hill looks pretty decent, so I'm gonna use this here and group these guys together and create our our phalanx line, and then use my bowmen behind the front ranks. We do have one less missile unit than we usually do, but that's sort of alleviated by the fact that we have so many cav units. I'm gonna throw my falxmen on the flanks as usual. And hopefully this one will be a little bit more of a challenge than the last couple of battles we've had. Let's see, I'm just going to move my... Because we have so many missile cav, I'm going to put them on the flank and use them as a harassing tool. And then we can use our melee cavs for rear charges to flank the enemy units. So they're all going to sit on that side, and then my general unit and the rear guard hoplites are going to sit here. Alright, so let's start this battle.
The enemy have brought up more men.
Oh, you're kidding. Oh, shit. Okay, so that didn't work. Alright, we're going to push right down here very quickly. I'm going to use my missile cav to harass that general unit. I definitely want the hill advantage, and that is not the hill advantage. So we should be able to get down there fast enough and set up somewhere else, probably on this ridge here. But that could have gone very badly. I didn't realize that these guys here were the ones who were attacking me, not this. These were the ones from the city were the reinforcing army. So that's a bit of a pain, but I suppose it saves us waiting 5 turns for them to leave their city. So we got some fire on these guys already, and I'll probably move my melee cav to hit them in the flank. So far my missile cav are doing a pretty decent job, and they're walking straight towards my spear line, which is fine with me, doesn't really bother me. The main Macedonian force is running through those trees. They really want to catch us. So they're either going to have to move or get steamrolled by a phalanx. Alright, looks like they're going to move. No, they're going to charge straight into my spear line. And while they're doing that, I'm going to recharge them. And they're broken. Alright, and we killed their general. So that's good.
Fear makes a home in our enemy's hearts.
So, now that we've got that done, I'm going to move my force back up here. I'm going to have to turn them around at some point, so I'm just going to quickly set up here. It's not the best position to what we could have had, but it's better than nothing. And hopefully from trying to chase us down, those units will be pretty tired. That'll probably be the best possible outcome. Otherwise we're going to lose quite a few men. And our missile cav have used quite a lot of their ammo already. I'm definitely not running my units until I absolutely have to, because otherwise they're just going to get too tired in the middle of the battle, and just not going to be as effective as what they could be. So while that's happening, I'm just going to speed this up. So I can't tell, they're still running. They've run all the way from the from where they got spawned. So doesn't look like they're going to catch me, but we'll see. Actually, I'm going to start running my troops just for this last part of the map. And of course my phalanx can't run because they're in phalanx formation. So by the time I get up there, I should be able to give them a bit of a rest anyway. So in terms of army composition, they've got a couple of units of Lancer Cav, looks like, yep. And of course their general unit. And they've got a few Peltus units and their main phalanx force. So, let's see, I'm gonna pull these guys up, sort of stretch them out a little bit, because that phalanx unit looks like it's sweeping around this direction, so I've got to sort of readjust my army here a little bit. It's going to be pretty difficult dealing with those cav units. Really, Cav's my only hope here, and the Falxman units are beating that phalanx line. Phalanx on phalanx, there's no way Thracian phalanx will be able to stop that, the Macedonian phalanx, but really the thing that we've got to watch out for is that Lancer Cav, because even one Lancer Cav is going to be able to take on all of these melee cav units head on, so we'll see what happens. Put my pikes into pike formation and speed the battle up a little bit here. And I've got my bows firing on their phalanx units already. Sort of waiting for an attack from them. Not sure what's happened to my phalanx here, but that's alright. Or maybe we might be able to sandwich this general unit between my phalanx and my cav units. Pathfinding seems to be glitching out a little bit here. I may have to pull back a phalanx unit to cover this one here. Okay, so we managed to kill their general.
The enemy general is killed.
So that's two generals down. And our phalanx is about to come together, but one of their hoplites have already routed, probably because of my missile fire. They're moving that Lancer unit around, which isn't fun. It looks like they're moving that Lancer unit to the other flank. So we managed to break that that general unit, but I need to sort of deal with this unit here. So it looks like their phalanx units are all breaking. Really hoping they engage this phalanx unit. Yep, they have. Okay, so I can get some decent rear charges on this Lancer unit. So it looks like we've broken a lot of their units already. still got my missile cav to harass their lancer units. And I'll move my Phelpsmen down here, although it doesn't really look like they need the help. My phalanx units are doing pretty well against them. We managed to break that lancer unit, which is good. So really, the Macedonians didn't do very well in this battle. They're really sort of didn't pull up their line straight enough. They sort of tried to hit my flank with their cav units, but really the AI just couldn't handle dealing with like outflanking their units. So you know. Alright, so it kind of looks like it's going to just be clean up from here on out. This episode's probably dragged me on a little bit, so realistically there's no way for them to come back from this. Actually, they do have a massive cav force coming in from there. I'm going to pull my cav away from that. Hopefully I can sort of draw them towards that phalanx unit. Come on, run, run, run. Okay, so they're going to lose a lot of that unit because they just charged head on into a phalanx unit. Yep, okay, we broke them. Probably going to lose that cav unit. Hopefully we can break these guys pretty quickly. Still this unit down here. Macedonians have a couple of small little units still up. Alright, well this is going to probably be a slightly longer episode than usual. I think you're just cutting it off here because the Macedonians aren't really going to be able to beat me from here on out. So, yeah, I'm just going to quickly do a cleanup on this and probably only lose a few more units after this. So if you like watching it, guys, please hit the like button, and if you want to see any more of our campaigns, please subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you later.